look at this beautiful sign-in page. And also here, also so nice. This is what we are going to build today. So the sign up and the login page with this nice form validation with the error messages. And it's also nice. Wait for it. Yeah, this toast. Yeah, that's also. Okay, let's get started. I assume that you already have a Next.js project. I will use here my super template project that I'm currently working on. It will be an open source SaaS template with Next.js 14 and Supabase, but it's still a work in progress. So the first thing that we need to do is to install the dependencies that we will use later. So the Supabase stuff for the authentication and also for the form validation sort with the server-side client. Now sort with the hook form resolver. So the second step is to integrate Supabase with our project. So head over to the Supabase website or project that you're currently using and grab the Supabase URL and the anon key. And then we will, in our project, create a new file called .env.local. And in here, define the keys Supabase URL, Supabase anon key, and Supabase role key. So the role key is like the admin key. And I also have here like the site URL. I'm currently using Supabase locally, so therefore I type in npx Supabase status and I can grab all the information that I need here, and I've already pasted it over. Okay, now the fun part, creating the Authentication UI. We will create two folders, one for the sign up and one for the sign in. With each of these folders will contain a page.tsx. So we go here to app, create a new folder called auth, and in there I will create a new folder again for sign up and another one for sign in, and each of those will contain a page.tsx. Okay, so here's a quick plan what we will do now. First, we will create the auth page. We already created it. And I will copy the layout from the shadcn auth example. Then in there we will create a client component with a form. This then will define this sort schema for the registering values. So for example, email and password. Then we will define the onSubmit handler to access these form values. Finally, we will call the Supabase auth API with these form values to register a new user. So we have like in Next.js 14 two ways to achieve this with Supabase. We can have like our client, browser client, to access the Supabase auth API, or we could like transfer these form values to the server by either calling a server action or an API call, and from there we can leverage the server admin client to call the Supabase auth. And the server admin client would have like additional options to register the user. For example, with the admin client on the server side, we could also use to define the app metadata for a user that we cannot define here on the browser client side. Okay, let's get started then. After creating the page.tsx, I will copy over the layout and design from the shadcn auth example. I don't need to reinvent the wheel, and to be honest, it just looks that good. Once we have the page.tsx, which is a server component by default, we will create a client component that will handle the inputs and the form validation. And I call this component the auth form. And I place it inside the components folder. Okay, now let's have a closer look at the auth form component. This component is responsible for taking the user's input, validate it, and send this information to the Supabase auth API. Let's start by creating the form. I'm using here shadcn form with some shadcn inputs to collect the email and the password. make sure that on top you have use client in order to make it to a client component. So next I will create the onSubmit function. This is the function that is being called when the form is valid, and in there we have the access to the form values. Okay, what we need now is to create the form variable that you see here. And we do this by calling the useForm hook from React hook form. When we call this useForm hook, we will tell what validation schema we want to use and also which validations resolver, so in our case the SOT resolver, and the default values. So let me import this SOT resolver that we installed previously next to the Supabase stuff, and we get this from this import here, hookform/resolvers.sot. But you can also use other resolvers, of course. There's like yup, for example. There we get the SOT resolver. What's left here is now to define our schema for the validation. And I call this like here signup schema. We create the schema above the form. And in here we define that we have an email that should be valid. Should at least have 5 characters, at maximum 255. And you see with the second parameter we can specify the error message. Next to the email we have of course the password. It needs to be at least 8 characters long. And then here we have a rule to validate this password. That is again 8 characters. And with the refine we check if the passwords are the same. Otherwise we print out the message to the user that the passwords don't match. What we also can do now is we can take this here and create from our schema the right TypeScript type. So we can write here sign up. Oops, yeah, this needs to be of course type. Let's give this a better name. For example, is the input. Yeah. Then we can use it here, the use form, and also here in our onSubmit. So after having our form in place, we need to get our Supabase client. Remember, we are here on the browser side, so we need to get a browser client component. I will therefore import the create client component client from the Supabase auth helper Next.js. And then we can define the client like this by calling this function. Okay, what's left to do here is to create this state for holding the loading state. And also import my shadcn toast component to handle the feedback. And I guess we're done here with the auth form. So let's see if everything is correct here on the page to import this form. I guess not. I guess we have here like a naming issue. Yes, auth form. I guess I call it user auth form. Okay, the path was not correct. So, okay, now let's have a look at our page again. As you can see, we have now here our client component now. Now let's test it out by typing into an not valid email. For example, this. Yeah, okay, it seems that the validation seems to work. So let's type in an email, then as very low password 1234, at least 8 characters long. Nice, okay. Now we type in another password and let's see. Yeah, it worked. Nice. Okay, I will now navigate to my local Supabase studio. Again by typing in Supabase status. And here I will follow this link. I go here to, where is it, authentication. And I can see here the emails. Nice. Okay, what's also important to know when you handle with the form and shadcn form, that it's important that the name here is the same as you defined in the schema. So we have like here the name for email, we have the name password and the name repeat password. And you will see that these are the same that you've specified here in the object as with keys. And you can use the form description to describe your input. So this is like the text beneath it. And with the form message, then the arrow that we defined in the schema is then getting showed. So the next chapter will be the login page, and I challenge you to do this first on your own based on what we've learned so far. So just try it out by yourself in order to have a better learning experience. Otherwise, just keep watching. Okay, now we will do the same for the login page. I will copy therefore the page from the sign up, paste everything here. And of course, we also need then the components. Maybe let's call this then, I don't know, login form. And then here, rename this to sign in schema. Here we don't need the repeat password anymore, just the email and the password. Adjusting the default values. Also renaming the form here. Then we need to change, of course, the method. Don't need a sign up anymore. We need a sign in with password. And then this is not the sign up result. This is then the sign in result. And instead of like having 2 password fields, we only need 1. Okay. So let's see, we don't need here the login link anymore. Maybe we can reference here to sign up. Also, I need to change this here. User login form. Okay, let's see how this looks like now. Create an account. Okay, this is of course something we need to change. Sign into your account. And of course, I think we don't need the form description here. Yeah, now it looks better. Okay, then let's see if we can log in. Ah, okay, so of course we need to change the toast. Start sign in successful. And if we are like in this state here, we can then like redirect the user to the place where we want them after they successfully signed in. So let's check again. One error. What's this? Like, but I have the right from next navigation, so I found the issue, of course, because we are like in a client component, we cannot use redirect. This is only possible in a server component, apparently. So the other way is, of course, as you know, make use of the next router. Let's create one here. Next navigation. Oop. And then do a router push. And where do we want to have the user then? Let's give it here as an example. So let's try it again. And voila, we are getting redirected. So, thank you for watching. We did quite a lot. Let me know if you're interested in a video, if we want to make, the authentication from the server side. Again, just leave a like or follow if this was helpful. Otherwise, it's also okay. And then wish you a great day and see you next time.